Having a baby literally like flipped my world like upside down. This is like life-changing. Like at 11 months postpartum, I'm in a place where I just feel like I'm thriving. Next, I'm gonna talk about some things that like actually helped me. Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. And if you're new here, then my name is Shelby and I have a 10-month-old, but now today she's actually 11-month-old daughter and her name is Beverly, and I make like motherhood and lifestyle content, so if that's something that you're interested in, then I would love if you would subscribe and stick around. So today I'm going to be talking about my experience with postpartum depression and anxiety, and also just like things that helped me when I was struggling with that. And I just wanted to first say that like this is just my experience, and I don't want to like scare anybody from like having children. Like this doesn't happen to everybody. This is just, I don't know the statistic, but I know it's like it's very common for women to have postpartum depression and anxiety, but also there's people that don't go through that. So just because this happened to me doesn't mean it's gonna happen to you. I just am sharing my experience because when I was going through it, I felt like I was the only one that was having those kind of feelings, and it just would have been like good to know that like it's common and like that you're not a terrible person for having these feelings. So yeah, I just wanted to say that. Okay, so I'm just gonna start off with talking about the first few days postpartum. So having a baby literally like flipped my world like upside down. And like everyone says like a baby changes your life, like obviously like going from no kids to having kids, that's gonna be a change, duh. But for me and my husband, like it literally like, I don't know, it just like wrecked us. It was like so hard, and I was seriously just like, is it ever gonna get better? This is terrible. Why did we have this baby? And I was just having all these thoughts of like, I would have thoughts of like wanting to like hurt myself and wanting to just like be like, I just can't do this anymore. I don't want to be here anymore. I don't want to do this. And that led to like a lot of resentment toward my baby. Just like having thoughts of like, this baby ruined my life. Like I didn't really, this is kind of like hard to say, but I didn't really feel like I loved her for like the first like 4 months. Like I loved my baby in that like I wouldn't do anything to harm her, but I definitely like had those thoughts of like, oh, like I pretty much just like have her life like in my hands at all times, and like it would be so easy for me to accidentally do something. And not that I never like made a plan of like what I was gonna do. I just always had these thoughts of like, oh, I could just easily just do this. And it was just like, having those thoughts really just like messes with you, because it's like, I felt like a terrible mother. I felt like I was like really doubting, am I really the person that God wanted me to like be this baby's mother? Like, And I felt like such a bad mom for having these thoughts. But then like reading up on like what postpartum depression is online and stuff, you hear that all these like signs, all these symptoms are like very common. And that just like reassured me, and also like made me kind of annoyed, because I was like, I don't want to feel this way. And also breastfeeding was like really, really rough for us. I only breastfed for the first week, and Beverly, she had jaundice. Her jaundice levels were like really high when she was born, and they just kept like going up and up and up. And she just like wasn't eating well, and it was just like I would dread every feed, and in the night our feeds would take like, it would take like an hour just to feed her, because we were just trying to wake her up and like just get her to eat, and she wouldn't. And so that just like took such a mental toll on me. And it was like that also had a big part, I feel like, in the way I was feeling the first few days postpartum. So that was like the first like month, I feel like, postpartum. And then I'm gonna jump to like 3 months postpartum. I just felt like my whole life was just like out of control. I feel like I need to preface this. So the story I'm telling right now was before I went to get help for postpartum depression. So this is when I was still just like going through it, not really like knowing what to do to help myself and not reaching out to anybody yet. So yeah, so at this point I was like 3 to 4 months postpartum. I was just feeling my life was just so out of control and that I just didn't feel like myself, and I just felt like life sucked. Like honestly, I felt like I had more bad days than good days, and it was just like really hard. And because I felt like my life was out of control, I was always just like trying to find ways to like stay in control. And one of those ways is I tried to like really like control my baby's sleep, which like a newborn, you can't control their sleep. But I got like so obsessive with like taking care of babies, which like everything that she talks about in her course, like it's really good things to help your baby, but if you become like so controlling, and like it caused me like so much anxiety, and I would just like let it control my life and control my thoughts, and it just like it was not a healthy thing for me. It turned into like obviously wanting your baby to sleep through the night, that's like a completely normal thing. Everybody wants sleep. Sleep is good. But I took it to a place of like I don't know how to explain this, but like it gets to a point where like, yeah, cool, my baby slept through the night really early on in her life, but like at what cost? Like I literally like, to get my baby to sleep through the night, I like sacrificed my mental health, and like it just wasn't worth it. And then something that kind of led me to be like, I think it's time for me to get help, is I would like notice that I would go into these like stress spirals. For example, my mom was like, oh, we're gonna do family pictures with the whole family, and they're gonna be at 7 o'clock. And I was like, in my head, I'm like, well, Beverly goes down to bed at 8 o'clock, and so we wouldn't be able to get back by 7:30. And I was just like going into all these stress spirals, and it would go like it would just like yeah, it's normal to like stress about like I want to be home for my baby's bedtime, but like I would go so far that like my mind would be like, well, I'm not even gonna go to these pictures at all. Like it doesn't matter if I won't be in the family pictures, and blah 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 blah, and like all these stupid things where it's like it gets to a point where it's like I would make things that are very small into like something so big and stupid, and it was something that it would happen like daily. Like another thing is we were gonna go on a bike ride, but we went out and got in the car, and then it started raining, and I was like this day is ruined, and blah 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 blah, and this is just so terrible, when it like wasn't even that big of a deal. Like it looked like a rainy day anyway, and like your day's not going to be ruined by not being able to go on a bike ride. So like talking to my husband, I asked him if like he could tell that I did these like stress spirals a lot, and was just like, yeah, it happens like pretty often. So I was like, oh, like I feel like that's not normal, and it's like so annoying, and that's something I did not like about myself, and I knew that like that's something that I would be able to change. And so finally at 5 months postpartum, I decided like I need help. I want to like reach out to somebody. I want to do something because I want to live my best life and thrive as a mother, and this is what I've always wanted to do, is to be a mom, and I feel like I'm not living the life I want. So I reached out to a therapist, and I was able to meet with her. Even after like the first time, I was like, this is like life-changing. And it was just like so good for me to just like talk about my problems. And she really helped me with like the tools I needed to like think through my thoughts and like rationalize with myself, and to be like, just to, when I have thoughts, to just like notice them and be like, like why would I think that? It's like, and just be able to like think and not let my my thoughts control my actions and like run my whole life. Once I went to therapy, it really helped me. It like really helped me to become just like a more mentally stable person. And I also got put on sertraline, which is like a medication. It's I think it's like generic for Zoloft, I'm pretty sure. So I got put on that, which really helped. And yeah, and ever since then, I definitely like have my bad days, and you know, but I feel like I have more good days than bad days now, which is really great. And I feel like finally, like at 11 months postpartum, I'm in a place where I just feel like I'm thriving. I am just like able to do what I want, and I don't feel so trapped in motherhood. Whereas before, I just felt like motherhood ruined my life. But now I think it's awesome, and I'm just in such a better place mentally. Next, I'm gonna talk about some things that like actually helped me. I have 5 things. So the first one and the second one kind of go together, but it's medication and therapy. I know like for medication, some people don't believe in that, but for me, it was like life-changing, and it kind of made me wonder if I always had depression and anxiety, because I've had times in my life where I definitely know I was depressed, but I never like sought help for it. And from also like talking to like my therapist, she was saying that a lot of people that have anxiety, they're just used to like living this way, and so they don't even know that they have anxiety until they like talk to a therapist or something. So yeah, so it really worked well for me, and just talk to your doctor about it. There's medications, like I'm on Zoloft, and they say it's like breastfeeding friendly, pregnancy friendly. Just do your own research. And also therapy was so awesome. I think I just went for like 3 months. I went until I felt like I had gotten everything out of it that I needed. And yeah, it was really awesome. And I think that's a good place to start, is to talk to a therapist first. Because for me, I didn't really know if I needed medication, and I just kind of felt personally uncomfortable just going to my regular like family doctor to talk about like mental health, because I just didn't know this person at all. And because I was outside of that like 6-week window or whatever, my midwives, they were like, you're outside of our circle of care, so you have to like talk to your like normal family doctor or regular doctor or whatever it's called. So yeah, I needed to like ask somebody if they think I should try medication. And yeah, so my therapist said like, yeah, you could try it and see if it helps. So the third thing is something that really like helped me a lot, is to try to get out of the house once a day. I am somebody that like, I love being home, but I like need to get out of the house once a day, especially with like having a baby. Just like playing nonstop, it gets like very boring, honestly, and like monotonous. And just getting out of the house, even like going on a walk, if it's raining, go to Target and walk around, or you know, do something, really helps. And also like having something like planned in the week to look forward to, even if it's something small, like I don't know, going to dinner with your family or something. Just like anything to like look forward to, and know that you're going to be like socializing with like other people that aren't just your baby and your husband. The next one is having hobbies that are separate from your child. For me, this is something that I recently, in like the last month or so, have really gotten into. I've been like really trying to find new hobbies, because when my baby was younger, in the first few months, I just felt like during her naps, I would just sit around and watch TV and just like twiddle my thumbs until she woke up. And that is how I feel like that's what led me to feel just really unfulfilled through my life, is that all I was doing was taking care of a baby all day and watching TV, nothing else. And I just needed things that were just like for me. And so what I got into was, my brother actually got me a paint by number for Christmas, which I love like painting, but I'm not that artistic. And so paint by number is like perfect because it like tells you like what colors to put where and like all these things. So it's like really fun. So yeah, I've been painting, which is really fun. And I used to be into creative writing when I was younger. And so that's something that I've been wanting to get back into. And so I got a book that like gives you creative writing prompts, because I feel like I'm not that creative anymore, but I want to get back into that. So I've been like trying to like write creative stories more often. And yeah, and I've also been, something that's helped is like just working out every day. I used to love working out, and it's just been so fun to like get back into that and just like fall in love with like working out again. And yeah, I have like so many hobbies now. I also have gotten into like roller skating. I got my own roller skates for Christmas, and that's something that like I do with my baby, but like, I mean, she's not on roller skates, obviously. So yeah, it's fun to like go on like roller skating walks and like push a stroller and roller skate. And yeah, that's something that I just like, I don't know, I just think it's really fun, and it just really like, it's something that I can look forward to. Last one is having time away from your child. And I know this one's kind of hard because not everybody has family or has somebody that they can trust to take care of their baby. But if you do, like, just accept help. And if people want to like watch your baby, then just like say yes. Even if you're just, I don't know, even if you're just like drop them off at their house and then come back to your house and hang out by yourself. But just like having time away from your child is just like, for me, has been like just so recharging. And it's something that like you don't need to feel guilty about. Like sometimes it's easy to feel guilty being like, I feel so recharged being away from my child, I'm a terrible mother. That's not true at all. It's so normal to get burnt out of anything. So you shouldn't feel guilty about being burnt out on motherhood. Once you come back, you'll just be more patient and just be excited to see them again. And yeah, that's been something for me that has been really good. And something that I have recently started doing is I call it Mom's Night Out. It's where, so my husband will just take her, and then I'll either like go out and do something with somebody or something, or I'll just like go upstairs and take a bath, and like Cole, my husband, he'll just like take Beverly down here and just like play with her and take care of her. And I just like kind of get a night off, get like a few hours to myself. And that's something that I like look forward to in the week. Like, yeah, that's something that I think is a great idea if you have a partner or a spouse. I hope that this helps somebody out there. I just wanted to make this video to share my story and just know that like, if you're going through similar things, that like it's totally normal, and don't be afraid to get help. And I know it's like really scary to think about like trying to get help, and like when I was in it, I was honestly just so exhausted. I was like, the idea of like calling the doctor and getting an appointment just sounds exhausting, and so I put it off for like months. But now I'm so glad I did, and I feel like I'm in such a better place. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I would love it if you would subscribe and stick around. And yeah, hope you have a great day. Bye.